Welcome to this new episode brought to you by Vault of 15, your #1 top 15 list maker. Power often comes with privilege, and for some world leaders, it also comes with unimaginable wealth. From monarchs who control entire nations' resources to presidents who built their empires long before politics. These are the 15 richest world leaders and the fascinating ways they built, inherited, or expanded their fortunes. Let's count them down. Number 15, Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, Qatar, $1 billion plus. As the Emir of Qatar, Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani rules one of the smallest yet richest nations on earth. Born into the powerful Al Thani royal family, Tamim inherited immense wealth built on Qatar's vast natural gas and oil reserves, the lifeblood of the country's economy, but his fortune extends far beyond the desert. Through the Qatar Investment Authority, QIA, the royal family owns shares in some of the world's most prestigious companies, including Volkswagen, Barclays Bank, and Harrods. They also own massive real estate holdings across London and Paris, and a controlling stake in Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, transforming Qatar into a global name in sports and luxury. Tamim himself is estimated to be worth over $1 billion, though the assets under his command stretch into the hundreds of billions. His leadership combines royal tradition with global ambition, making Qatar not just a financial powerhouse, but a symbol of how extreme wealth and political power intertwine. Number 14, Ilham Aliyev, Azerbaijan, $1 billion plus. Ilham Aliyev, the long-standing president of Azerbaijan, inherited both political power and extraordinary wealth from his father, Haydar Aliyev, the nation's former ruler. While Ilham's official salary is modest, his true riches are rooted in Azerbaijan's oil and gas empire, which dominates the national economy. The Aliyev family has long controlled the state-owned energy giant SOCAR, as well as numerous construction and telecommunications companies through hidden holdings and proxies. International investigations have revealed offshore assets, luxury properties in London, and even a portfolio of businesses spread across Europe and the Middle East. Azerbaijan's energy boom in the early 2000s turned the country into a regional power and the Aliyev family into billionaires. Critics claim Ilham's inner circle profits from every major deal made with Western energy companies. Despite controversy, Aliyev maintains tight control over his country, where oil money fuels both his government's influence and his family's lifestyle. Number 13, Petro Poroshenko, Ukraine, $1.8 billion. Before entering politics, Petro Poroshenko was already one of Ukraine's richest businessmen, earning the nickname the Chocolate King. His company, Russian Confectionery Corporation, became one of Europe's largest candy producers, exporting to dozens of countries. Poroshenko diversified early, investing in shipbuilding, media, and automotive industries, all of which contributed to his growing empire. When he became president in 2014, his fortune drew criticism, especially during Ukraine's war with Russia, but he claimed to have stepped back from his business interests to focus on governance. Even after leaving office, Poroshenko remains a powerful figure in Ukraine's economy and politics. His wealth is built on legitimate enterprise rather than oil or royal inheritance, making him one of the few leaders in Eastern Europe to have earned his billions through entrepreneurship rather than state resources. Number 12, Thaksin Shinawatra, Thailand, $2 billion. Thaksin Shinawatra made his fortune long before entering politics. A former police officer turned businessman, he founded Advanced Info Service, AIS, Thailand's largest mobile phone company, during the telecom boom of the 1990s. His success in telecommunications, satellite ventures, and finance propelled him into billionaire status. Thaksin became Thailand's prime minister in 2001, running on a populist platform that resonated with rural voters. Yet his growing influence and vast personal fortune made him a target for the political elite. In 2006, He was ousted in a military coup and later convicted in absentia of corruption, though many view the charges as politically motivated. Today, his family remains influential, and his daughter Petongtarn recently entered politics, continuing his legacy. Despite exile, Thaksin's estimated $2 billion fortune still shapes Thailand's political landscape, a reminder of how business empires and power often remain intertwined. Number 11. Sebastian Piñera, Chile, $2.7 billion. Former Chilean President Sebastian Piñera is one of Latin America's few self-made billionaire leaders. Educated at Harvard, Piñera introduced credit cards to Chile in the 1980s and founded several major financial and investment firms. His wealth multiplied through early stakes in LAN Airlines, Chilevision TV, and Colo Colo Football Club, which he sold at huge profits before his presidency. Despite his political success, Piñera always identified first as an economist, blending business innovation with conservative fiscal policies. Throughout his two presidential terms, he was praised for stabilizing Chile's economy, but criticized for being out of touch with working-class citizens. Still, his estimated $2.7 billion net worth reflects decades of calculated risk-taking and entrepreneurship. Piñera remains a symbol of how financial intelligence, not inheritance, can propel someone from businessman to head of state. Number 10. Najib Mikati, Lebanon, $3.2 billion. Najib Mikati stands as one of the few billionaire politicians in the Middle East whose fortune was made before entering public office. Born in Tripoli, Mikati co-founded Investcom in 1982, a telecommunications company that expanded rapidly throughout Africa and the Middle East. When mobile technology began to reshape the world, Investcom was at the forefront, connecting millions of people across developing markets. In 2006, Mikati sold the company to MTN Group for over $5.5 billion, earning him and his brother Taha immense wealth. But Mikati wasn't content to remain a businessman. His influence in Lebanon's political landscape grew, eventually leading him to the position of prime minister not once, but 3 times. Known for his discretion, Mikati rarely flaunts his riches, yet he owns luxury real estate in Paris and London, along with extensive investments in finance and construction. With an estimated net worth of $3.2 billion, he remains proof that in Lebanon, a country often shaped by political chaos, business acumen can still lead to both fortune and power. Number 9. King Mohammed VI, Morocco, $5 billion. As the King of Morocco since 1999, Mohammed VI inherited not only the throne, but also the immense wealth of the Moroccan royal family. His holdings are primarily managed through the SNI Group, Société Nationale d'Investissement, a private investment company with deep roots in Morocco's economy. Through SNI, the royal family owns major stakes in banks, mining companies, insurance firms, and agriculture, influencing nearly every sector of the Moroccan economy. The king has also modernized many of his investments, rebranding SNI into Almada, a company that promotes sustainable development and Pan-African expansion. Despite efforts to modernize Morocco's economy, Mohammed VI's wealth has often drawn criticism for its contrast with the nation's poverty levels. Yet his royal empire remains vast and diversified, giving him control over assets worth billions. Known as the King of the Poor during his early reign, Mohammed VI now stands as one of Africa's richest and most powerful monarchs, a ruler whose wealth mirrors his influence. Number 8. Kim Jong-un, North Korea, $5 billion unverified. Few figures are as secretive as Kim Jong-un, the supreme leader of North Korea. Officially, the country operates under strict communist principles, yet Kim's personal wealth is estimated at around $5 billion, much of it hidden through offshore accounts, luxury imports, and secret state funds. Reports suggest that the Kim family controls a shadowy network of businesses involved in arms trading, mining, and foreign currency smuggling. Despite harsh sanctions, the regime maintains a lavish lifestyle for its elite, importing luxury cars, rare wines, and designer goods, all while millions of citizens live in poverty. Kim's personal life is shrouded in mystery, but his assets reportedly include private islands, yachts, and palaces spread across North Korea and abroad. While many estimates are unverified, the reality is clear. The Kim dynasty has turned absolute control of a closed nation into one of the world's most secretive sources of wealth. Number 7. Donald Trump, United States, $6 billion. Before becoming the 45th President of the United States, Donald Trump was already a household name synonymous with luxury, ambition, and controversy. His fortune began in real estate, inherited from his father's company, and expanded into a global brand. Through the Trump Organization, he built skyscrapers, resorts, and golf courses across the world. But Trump's real genius was in branding, turning his name itself into a marketable product. From reality television's The Apprentice to branded merchandise, he transformed personality into profit. Even after entering politics, Trump's business interests remained vast, with holdings in real estate, media, and licensing. Despite bankruptcies, lawsuits, and fluctuating valuations, his estimated net worth is around $6 billion. His wealth story is a mix of inheritance, ambition, and relentless self-promotion, making Trump one of the most polarizing yet financially successful world leaders of the modern era. Number 6. Prince Hans Adam II, Liechtenstein, $9 billion. Prince Hans Adam II rules one of Europe's smallest nations and one of its richest. As both monarch and financier, he controls LGT Group, the world's largest family-owned private banking and asset management company. The bank manages tens of billions in global investments, serving elite clients and safeguarding royal wealth that dates back centuries. Unlike many royals, Hans Adam modernized his fortune through prudent financial strategy rather than inheritance alone. He shifted Liechtenstein from an agricultural microstate into a tax-friendly financial haven, attracting international capital and corporate offices. His family's holdings include art collections, real estate, and extensive investment portfolios across Europe and the U.S. With a personal fortune estimated at $9 billion, the prince is both a head of state and a banking magnate, a rare mix of old-world nobility and modern capitalism that has kept his tiny Alpine principality among the wealthiest nations per capita. Number 5. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Dubai, United Arab Emirates, $14 billion. Known for transforming Dubai from a desert outpost into a global icon of luxury, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum built an empire blending royal power with entrepreneurial vision. His wealth comes from both the Dubai Holding Group and vast personal assets spanning real estate, aviation, and global finance. Under his leadership, projects like the Burj Khalifa, Palm Jumeirah, and Emirates Airlines turned Dubai into a symbol of modern prosperity. He also invested in tech startups, horse racing, and international property, including estates in the UK and the US. Worth around $14 billion, Sheikh Mohammed's fortune embodies Dubai's story. Innovation born from oil wealth, diversified through tourism and trade. His ability to fuse monarchy with business leadership has made him one of the most influential and visionary rulers of the modern Arab world. Number 4. Vladimir Putin, Russia, $15 to $70 billion disputed. The true wealth of Vladimir Putin remains one of the world's greatest political mysteries. Officially, Russia's president earns a government salary. Unofficially, investigative journalists and defectors claim he controls hidden assets worth between $15 and $70 billion. Putin's alleged fortune is linked to stakes in energy giants like Gazprom and Rosneft, as well as secret holdings through trusted oligarchs. His access to the state's vast oil and gas network gives him unparalleled financial leverage. Critics argue that his network of loyal business elites act as proxies for his personal wealth, shielding assets behind layers of shell companies and offshore accounts. While the Kremlin dismisses such claims, Putin's rumored ownership of luxury estates, yachts, and private jets tells a different story. Whether myth or reality, his financial power mirrors his political dominance. A ruler whose control over Russia's economy blurs the line between national wealth and personal empire. We are now moving on to the top 3 of the list. If you have made it this far, please do not forget to like this video and subscribe to Vault of 15. Number 3. King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, Saudi Arabia, $18 billion. As patriarch of the House of Saud, King Salman sits atop one of the richest dynasties in history. The family's fortune is built on Saudi Arabia's massive oil reserves, controlled through Saudi Aramco, the most profitable energy company on earth. King Salman himself holds personal assets exceeding $18 billion, alongside access to the royal family's estimated $1.4 trillion collective wealth. His properties include lavish palaces, a private fleet of jets, and investments stretching across real estate, media, and construction, while his son, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, MBS, now drives much of the kingdom's modernization. The royal fortune remains firmly under King Salman's control. The Al Saud legacy is not just about oil, it's about power, stability, and maintaining one of the most enduring family empires on earth. Number 2. Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah, Brunei, $30 billion. Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah of Brunei Darussalam is one of the last absolute monarchs on earth and one of the wealthiest. His fortune, estimated at around $30 billion, flows directly from Brunei's vast oil and gas reserves, which have sustained the royal family for generations. Since taking the throne in 1967, the Sultan has turned Brunei into a small but immensely wealthy nation. His government controls the Brunei Investment Agency, BIA, managing the state's oil revenues and global investments in banking, real estate, and hotels. The Sultan himself is known for his opulence. From his 1,700-room palace to his collection of over 7,000 luxury cars, including hundreds of Rolls-Royces and Ferraris. Despite the extravagance, he remains deeply revered in his country, where citizens enjoy free healthcare, education, and no income tax, all funded by the kingdom's oil wealth. Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah stands as a symbol of both extreme privilege and absolute authority, ruling a nation where royal luxury defines national identity. Number 1. King Maha Vajiralongkorn, Thailand, $43 billion. At the top of the list stands King Maha Vajiralongkorn, also known as Rama X, the world's richest monarch. His estimated $43 billion fortune is largely controlled through the Crown Property Bureau, which manages Thailand's royal assets. When Vajiralongkorn ascended the throne in 2016, he took full personal ownership of the Bureau's holdings, an unprecedented move that transferred state-managed wealth directly into his control. The portfolio includes vast tracts of land across Bangkok, major stakes in Thailand's largest companies such as Siam Cement Group and Siam Commercial Bank, and billions in gold reserves. Despite his enormous wealth, Vajiralongkorn remains a controversial figure. He spends much of his time in Germany and faces scrutiny over his lavish lifestyle, while Thailand continues to struggle with political unrest and economic inequality. Yet his position as the head of one of Asia's oldest monarchies ensures that his influence and fortune remain secure. King Maha Vajiralongkorn's reign reflects a delicate balance of modern power and ancient privilege, making him not just Thailand's monarch, but the richest ruler in the world. And that concludes our countdown of the 15 richest world leaders. A reminder that behind every flag, every throne, and every title lies a story of unimaginable wealth and power. From monarchs who inherited entire nations' fortunes to leaders who built empires from scratch, these figures prove that political power and money are often two sides of the same coin. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and thank you for watching. Follow us for more top 15 lists, because the truth is in the list.